I think I see somebody in the chat. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while since I posted on this channel. Started posting on TikTok a little bit more. I'm doing a lot better on TikTok than I have on YouTube. And the reason why I haven't posted much on YouTube like I used to back in the day is because I got demonetized long time ago, like well over a year ago. Got demonetized. So have not been on in a long time. Been on a long time as far as YouTube. YouTube's a whole different beast than TikTok. The difference in TikTok and YouTube is that YouTube, it takes forever unless you have like a very, very powerful following, which my channel died a long time ago. I'll admit it. But TikTok, you get like tons and tons of views in no time. Like I posted a video on TikTok, I got like 160,000 views on a video, and then another video got 6,000, 1,300. Yeah, but 160,000, that's crazy. That's insane. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, so sorry guys, I haven't posted on YouTube in a very long time. But here I am. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there, living their best life. Yeah, my content got like demonetized many moons ago, so there's almost like no reason to post on YouTube anymore, just because, well, I wasn't making any money out there. So it's good to see people who are in the chat. So hopefully everybody's doing pretty good. Like I said, I haven't posted on this channel in a long time, man. I had like 4,300 followers, but the channel died many, many moons ago. I just got off live from TikTok. TikTok is way better for me. You get instant views just like that, whereas YouTube takes much, much longer to get views on YouTube. But TikTok, like I posted a video a couple weeks ago, I got 160,000 views, man. Insane. 160,000 views. YouTube, I got demonetized, so I was just like, and then I tried to get remonetized, and I was talking to a rep, and they're like, you gotta get, they said like you gotta get like a certain amount of views and a certain amount of views on shorts and stuff. And I was like, I don't think I could do that. My channel's been dead for a long time now, so I didn't really see the point in posting really much on YouTube anymore. I might start posting on my Candid Archer channel. You guys can subscribe there. I might start posting content on there, but this channel right here that I'm on, Awareness with Chris, yeah, that channel it's been dead for a long time. I used to do like a lot of like political, racial, all that kind of content. That's what I used to do back in the day. Thanks for the like. I got like 26 people. Man, it's pretty good. But I appreciate you guys. Just thought I'd go live and see how everybody's doing. Hopefully everybody's doing pretty good. I actually keep in contact with one of my subscribers. We're actually really, really good friends. It's a guy who subscribed to my channel a long time ago, many years ago, when I first started out. And then we became friends. Now we're like best of friends. We FaceTime, all that kind of cool stuff. Like I actually gained a really, really good friend through the channel. So shout out to you guys out there who are still aware of what's going on. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. I'm just saying hi to you guys. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Like I said, I used to post a lot of content that got demonetized all the time. It was very hard to post content on YouTube. Very, very hard. Once you say something and you get your channel flagged, well, your channel starts becoming a target for flagging all the time. Like videos that didn't get demonetized were getting demonetized. And then they're going back and demonetizing older videos. It's just insane. And it made it not worth it to make content anymore because people were just like, didn't, you know, it wasn't that people were reporting the content. It was just that, you know, if you say something on your channel that's controversial, well, you're going to get demonetized. You're going to get demonetized almost right away. And that's literally what happened to the channel. It was 4,300 subscribers. I think for a period of time, I had like the most viewed interracial marriage videos, like 150,000, 151,000 on this channel. All that content's like private now. I don't even have it out there anymore. It's privated. So will I re-release it? Not quite sure. But my channel has been demonetized for well over a year. I used to make money off the channel, actually, to be honest with you guys. I used to make, and it wasn't very much money, but it was like, hey, man, $100. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. You know, most YouTubers, I know I don't make any money compared to other people, but I have no issues with talking about, you know, making money on YouTube. But yeah, I did make money at one point on the channel, and then, you know, and then they nuked my channel to the ground. I started posting some content that they did not like. And it started off with some of the racial content, which they were flagging. And then after that, so things just started going downhill for the channel. So then I was like, switched content to like, okay, let me do some archery. Let me do some not political stuff. It's all, what I've been saying has been said 1,000 times. You can't keep saying the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense. So I started posting like random content and stuff just to see and stuff. And some of it was getting views, but once again, once you're demonetized on YouTube, good luck getting your channel to be remonetized again. It's almost impossible to get your channel. Once it's flagged, demonetized, you're not going to be able to get your channel back to monetization. It's pretty damn impossible. From the rep that I was talking to, yeah, they were like, yeah, dude, probably not going to really do anything with this channel anymore. So maybe start a new channel or do something else. And that's kind of sort of what I was doing at one point. But thanks for going in and viewing the video. Appreciate you guys. I might go see if I can go live on my other channel. Well, I'll see. I'll see if I can do that. For those of people who want to see, you know, self-defense, archery, Sinawali, Kali, martial arts, boxing, all that kind of stuff that I do for fun. So hopefully everyone's doing well. You know, I think for the couple people that are in the chat, appreciate you guys. I can reminisce on all the old times, the good times of, you know, seeing, you know, all the content I used to post. You know, it was kind of sad or the silly thing about my channel is that I said the channel's called Awareness with Chris, but not very aware. Some people said, dude, you're not very aware when you're driving down the road with your freaking phone and that's not very aware. Why would you call it awareness with Chris? I have no idea. I don't even remember how you came up with the name for the channel. I just called it Awareness with Chris. But yeah, I used to have videos back in the day. I made some pretty good content. I went on other people's channels and got interviewed and stuff like that. Like I remember Iconic, a couple of interviews I did with I think it was O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to him. I still watch his content to this day. His content is really good. I also go back and watch some of his older content too. I like his old lives, man. I miss his lives. He had the best lives, and he was so damn funny too, man. He was funny. But he does like a channel called The Celebrity Junk. So you guys go over there and subscribe to his channel if you guys are here. His channel's always popping though. He always comes out with really good content. But I went on his channel like twice and did a couple of lives with him in a chat. This was my first time ever doing anything like that. So I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But it was cool. It was a shout out to that guy. He's a good YouTuber, man. He's a great YouTuber. He's a great YouTuber. Unfortunately, my channel died, like I said, a long time ago. So not really much to say other than say hi to you guys. And, you know, I'm not dead or anything. I'm just doing other things, working. Got a pretty good job. Wife's doing well. She's got a good job. We're working, got 3 kids. So life is just so much more different. And so I'm not posting as much content. But you guys go to Chris J on TikTok. You guys can follow me on TikTok if you guys want to see other content that I post. It's called Chris. I think it's called Chris J. Chris J. You'll see me. I post like Star Wars content. I post Marvel. Like I said, one of my videos right now has 161,000 views, man. 161,000 views. It was I shared some behind the scenes content of Anakin and Dooku, like the behind the scenes stuff. 161,000 views, man. So, like I said, TikTok. The good thing about TikTok is that you get instant gratification, and that's what's so addicting about it. Whereas YouTube, in the next day or two, you might get a, you know, depending upon how big you are. I'm pretty small. It would take forever to get views on YouTube, but I can make money off YouTube. TikTok, you have to have 10,000 followers, which I'm nowhere near that. I am nowhere near that. So, but yeah. So hopefully everybody's doing well. I just thought I'd come on here real quick and say, hey, what's up? Hopefully everybody's doing pretty good. Hopefully everybody's living their life and having fun. So hopefully you guys take it easy, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Unless I see someone join here in the next second or two. Looks like someone just joined. So hi, shout out to that person. Someone asked, what do you think of that Super Bowl halftime show? Yep. The Super Bowl halftime show, to be honest with you guys, I saw it. I saw the Kendrick Lamar little thing, Kendrick Lamar dancing and stuff. And I was like, you know, I have my thoughts. I have very, very strong thoughts. You guys want me to run down a rabbit hole? I will. This is the content I used to post back in the day that got my channel flagged a whole lot. Now it doesn't matter because I'm demonetized, so it doesn't matter. I could talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. But I'll tell you guys, when I talk to friends and stuff, and they ask me, did I watch the halftime show, or did I watch this show, or whatever. I'll generally tell people, no, I did not watch the show, because I honestly did not watch it. I did see like the after, you know, like, oh, hey, someone's, you know, posted a video of Kendrick Lamar doing his little dance routine with his people. And I'll tell you guys the same thing I've always said about my people. Okay. When people think of black folks, they think of white folks, they think of Native Americans, they think of Asian people, they think of whatever group of people you name, a group of people. And people have their stereotypes, right? People have their stereotypes of what they think, you know, black people or whatever they think. And my opinion is that people don't have the highest opinion of black people. In fact, probably the most, I would say, venture to say, we're probably the most controversially, the most hated group of people here in America, at least here in America, probably, right? I don't know what you guys think about that, but yeah, because we have so many issues in our communities, right? The black community has always had a lot of problems, a lot of issues. So therefore, the stereotypes that people see of black folks, I don't really mess with that stuff too much. The halftime show, not impressed at all. A lot of people will say, oh, dude, it's so cool. Look at Kendrick Lamar. Look at these famous rappers and all these people. Not impressed. Sorry, just not impressed. I know that's a letdown for people. Some people are like, whoa, what? You don't like the talent? These people were talented. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. So here's my thoughts, guys, on black people and entertainment. There's enough of us in entertainment to say that. If we're only 13% of the population And all we're known for, I'm not saying that's all we do, but I'm saying all we're known for is drama, stuff like that, all the time. Music, sports, the norm, well, gets kind of boring. I'm the kind of guy, the black guy, who likes to step out of his comfort zone and be elsewhere. I'm prefer to be alone, really. I'm a loner type. Some people are like, I like the city life. I don't like the city life. Live the city life. Don't really like it. I like going out in the country, doing walking, hiking. I like all that stuff. So that's more or less my style. The whole rapper mentality, the whole that. Don't like it at all. I don't like us represented that way. The difference, I'll tell you guys the difference between us and, let's just say, us and white people. Black people and white people. I'll tell you guys the difference. The difference between black people and white people is that white people, pretty much, they own everything, right? They own everything. Everything. Black people do not. So therefore, my opinion, what black people should do, my thoughts is, black people need to spread themselves out and do more things than just what we just do every day. We don't really own pretty much anything in the world. We don't build anything. Have you guys ever noticed? I was talking to a friend about this before. She's a good young lady, she's a black lady. And we're talking. She's a very good friend of my job. And we're talking about, like, you guys, I don't know if you guys have played the Assassin's Creed, like Assassin's Creed or any kinds of games. It's For Honor. Here's another example. For Honor, Assassin's Creed. Have you noticed all the warrior types that the historic history of all the warriors that they use? They use shinobi, they use, Roman gladiator types, they use Vikings, they pretty much use just about everything, right? They use just about everything. Have you guys ever noticed the one thing I've always noticed? Assassin's Creed and For Honor. When they're going to hit the continent of Africa, you know where they're going to hit and not go any lower? Northern part of Africa, they're going to hit maybe Egypt. And that's as low as they go. That's as low as they go. That's as low as they go. Assassin's Creed and For Honor did the same thing. They're like, okay, we're going to hit Africa. We're going to hit the Egyptians. But we're not going to do any kind of African warriors because no one respects African culture or black culture, whatever you want to say, black, African. Nobody respects that culture, and nobody really wants to touch or mess with that culture because they're afraid of being called racist. So they don't really want to mess with us. We don't even want to mess with us half the time, to be honest with you guys. Have you guys ever noticed that? Africans don't want to be associated with black people or with African Americans. Africans are like, no, we're not them. They are something else, right? Like the American descendants of slaves. They don't really get along. They don't really jive. They don't really get along with each other. But no one, I would say we're probably the most hated group. Even our top earners, talk about top black earners in the United States of America, in the world, really. Nobody, it's one thing that they do when they get their money is they don't know how to reinvest or build communities. Black people are always complaining about not having their own stuff, not having this, not having that. Woe is us. Well, what are you complaining for? We're not building our own stuff. When LeBron James, who's made $1 billion, he's a billionaire. LeBron James is literally a billionaire. He's a billionaire, which means he has generations of kids. He has generations of family of wealth, generational wealth that goes over several families. When LeBron James is dead and gone, they got money and his kids, his family's earning money when they're all dead and gone. The difference between, rich people who are black and rich people who are white is rich white people. What do? They can reinvest into their own community. Black people don't do that. They don't do that at all. They never do that. You ever notice that? We don't do that. Wonder why that is. How come we don't invest into our own communities? It's a good question. Maybe I'll start posting some videos here and there, but that's basically all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching the quick live that I just did. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Maybe I can post some more content. It's demonetized, so I can freely post content and talk about some of the stuff that most people are afraid to talk about, especially for the Black community. Here's my opinion. I'm going to leave you guys one last thought before I end the live. LeBron James. This is a prime example. LeBron James, right? He's a billionaire. What his kids are I'm not saying that you force your kids to do something they don't want to do, but what other groups of people will do is they make a lot of money. You know what they do? They reinvest it into either their community or their family, and they build around themselves. They build up their community. Well, LeBron James did. If you're a billionaire, your kids don't have to play basketball. But guess what? People expect us to only do that. So LeBron James's kid is going to follow exactly in his father's footsteps when it's not necessary. If Bronny James seems like a smart young man, by the way, he got good grades when he was in college. He had good grades when he was in high school, right? Some of these guys did. They got good grades. Once again, look, Bronny James is not even necessary for him to play basketball. If he wants to play basketball, he can, and he is. But we don't need any more basketball players because you can't build a community around a basketball play, like around basketball, sports, entertainment. When you build a community, you build from the ground up, right? Learn how to plant, learn how to farm, learn how to do this, learn how to do that, learn how to build and construction and gardening and all that stuff. You build from the ground up. That's what white people have done. White people have built from the ground up. So if they want to throw someone out there like a Larry Bird or Tom Brady or Tyler Hero, they want to throw somebody out there like that, that's completely fine. You know why? Because they own and run everything else. Black people, the problem with Black people is that we're like one-track minded. Like, I'm talking about our top earners. They're like, oh, I got $1 billion. All right, son, you're going to play basketball. Then your son after you is going to play basketball. And your son after you is going to play basketball. I mean, what good does that do? Black people are always complaining about white people owning this and owning everything. Oh, they own this, and it's not fair. But then our top earners who come from poverty, when they make it, they teach their kids, hey, I play basketball, now you play basketball. And then your kid plays basketball. That's not even necessary anymore. What would have been actually very, very helpful and would bring up the Black community. Not saying that you force your kid to do something, but you encourage your kid to do something else, right? And we're not ready to do that. Black people aren't ready to do that. That's the difference between us and white people. Is that, we're like one-track minded. That's it. You kind of wonder, like, where's all the doctors? Where's all the top, engineers, software engineers? Where's all the top scientists? Where's all the top Black this, Black that? And then there's always complaining, oh, we need affirmative action and we need this because nothing's fair for us. Well, the people who are so influential in the Black community, much is given, much is required, in my opinion. Other groups and communities, they hold their people accountable. We don't. We're just like, we're so excited about LeBron James dunking a basketball that we just forget that, hey, his kid doesn't even have to play basketball, really. He doesn't really even need to play basketball. In fact, he probably shouldn't be playing basketball. If it wasn't for his father, he wouldn't be in the league. He wouldn't absolutely not be in the league. He would not be in the league if it wasn't for his father. What would be a good path for young Black men? And if Bronny James had done this instead of play basketball, I guarantee you're going to have a lot more, because by the way, Black men are not even we're not even comparable to Black women when it comes to earning and income. Not even close. Black women are some of the most educated in America. Black women. will go out and get their college degree. They'll become a nurse. They'll do something. But black men, we're kind of just hanging out doing nothing, I guess, compared to black women. Our education is at a much lower level than black women. In fact, a lot of black men aren't even graduating high school, unfortunately. Wonder why that is. If our top influential people that black people look up so much to, if they were saying, hey, you know what, son? Your heart is not good. You had a heart attack. How about a different route? You know? Maybe you become a doctor. You know, if Bronny James had become said, hey, I'm going to go to medical school. I'm going to study. I mean, he's not very big. He's like, what, 6'1", if that? Yeah, he's really short. If he was like, hey, you know what, Dad, I really want to become a doctor or sports medicine guy, or I want to get a degree in this or that, and I want to own something, not just by like playing basketball, I own a team. I went through the whole schooling. Like Robert Kraft and all those people, they're multi-billionaires. Even LeBron James has got money. He ain't got money compared to all the NFL. You look at Dana White from the UFC, look at some of these NFL owners, look at some of these NBA owners. They put LeBron James to sleep, to absolute sleep when it comes to money. So LeBron James, yeah, he's a bill. So is Jay-Z. Jay-Z's got, more than a bill, but they got it through just music and sports. It's not really that impressive. What's more impressive is the guy who looks like a freaking nerd, lives down the street. He lives a normal everyday life, but guess what? That guy owns the Washington Wizards. He owns the Lakers, or he owns this. And you just look at this guy like, what? Little white guy just kind of walking like, hey, yeah, man, I own this, I own that giant business down the street. I have a Fortune 500 company over here. You won't see that in the black community. You'll never see that in the black community. You know why? Because all we do is push our kids towards, I'm not saying all we do, but if you're on 13% of the population, the overrepresentation of sports and music is the only thing people see. That's all they see. Oh yeah, black people, yeah, of course. He can jump and he can rap. And that's all people see when they see black people. But imagine if Bronny James was like, hey, I want to become a doctor. You know how many black kids would be inspired by that? Holy, you do have a huge influence. Now all of a sudden these kids are saying, hey, it's actually kind of cool to go to school and get good grades. Instead of every time people when they think of black people at college, they think of, oh yeah, he's probably an athlete. He's probably riding in on a scholarship. Probably not good at school. Probably didn't pay attention, but he can play football, but you can make a lot of money doing that, which is great. And that's great. I'm glad make the money. If I had a chance to go to NBA, oh, absolutely. That's great. That's cool. But the problem is the black community isn't built like other communities. We've lived here for a very long time, and yet we're still one of the lowest earning groups. I think their average black family is like 40,000. And the average white family is like 60,000. And then the average Asian family is like what? 100 to 120,000. And it's always kind of sort of been this way. Indians, Africans, they're some of the top earners. But yet African Americans have lived here in the United States. But guess what? We still don't make any money. We still are just as poor. We're not really educated like other groups of people. Other groups of people, they are been running circles around us for decades and decades and decades. And black people are still doing the same thing over and over again. It's like, oh, LeBron James, you made $1 billion. Okay. You guys can build an empire. Not saying like an empire out of sports and basketball and, and energy drinks. No, because no one cares about that. At the end of the day, you can't build a community around sports and entertainment. You need the backbone. You need truck drivers. You need doctors. You need lawyers. You need nurses. That's what you need to build a community. The black community has, after all this time, we're still the only group of people that are like, man, I wish I could make it to the league. You see all these black kids on social media. I want to make it to the league. 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 And then when they don't make it to the league, they're just kind of hanging out doing nothing. doing nothing, sitting around, just kind of hanging out. I see that. So I see even out here in Idaho, black people still do the same thing. Out here in Idaho, just hanging out, but not really doing anything of value. You're not going to see any black doctors or nurses. I actually have a black. Two police chiefs, two black police chiefs. No, one. He's a black police chief. My brother himself, he's a police captain. I have an auntie, she's a doctor. Okay? So it's not impossible. But I'm saying you're just not going to typically see that in the black community. Most black people are poor. Sorry to say it, but yes. Still going out and visiting my family in certain areas. Some of those communities still run down like they were when I visited 16, 17 years ago. Same thing, same people hang out in the same corners. No other groups of people do that. No other group of people really does that like we do. Just kind of hanging out, smoking a blunt. Like, that's what we're doing. Like, why? Is there anything else that we can do? That's my biggest issue with our community, is that we don't push ourselves towards actual greatness. We'll actually put down those who are like considered great, right? We have he's like a brain surgeon. We have a guy who's a brain surgeon, but yet black people are not impressed with him. Dr. Ben Carson, you know that guy? Black people don't like him. He's too square. Have you guys ever seen that Key and Peele skit where they are the black Republicans? There's like two skits tucking in their pants, and I gotta go, you know. This is funny. Anyway, I'm just ranting, I guess, but that used to be what my channel was about back in the day, was just ranting about how come we're not catching up or learning anything like other groups of people. If we've lived here all these decades, over 100 something years, how come we've not really evolved? We went backwards. After civil rights movement, we went when civil rights movement was passed, we went completely backwards. We stopped using our own taxi services, we started using our own diners, we stopped using our own buses in favor of everybody else's. And then our stuff started dying, and then they say, hey, kick the man out of the home, all that stuff. And we were like, oh, okay. We just kind of went with everything. They're putting certain clinics in black neighborhoods, say, hey, we don't want you guys. Anyways, you guys already know where I'm going there. I'm not even going to mention that because now I'll probably get the live taken down. But that's simply what happens, guys. Like I said, in my opinion, okay, it's not that many people in the NBA, not that many people in the NFL. NFL is a little bit different because NFL, some of those guys are not making as much money. NBA is where it's at, where people are making like just insane amount of money. I'm talking about like you're a rookie, first year rookie, and you're making like 13, 14 million, 15 million. Like that's insane. You're a rookie in an NFL, you're not even making a quarter of that. And your contracts aren't guaranteed. So we're just going to talk about the NBA, right? We have a lot of people who've gone through the NBA. We have a lot of people who've gone through the NFL. We got a lot of people, entertainment. Here's a question for you guys. Here's a question I've always just racked my brain around. I can't figure out why. Of all the black athletes, think of your favorite Ocho Cinco, think of all your favorite black athletes, think of all your most favorite black entertainers, Will Smith, movie stars. Look at all these, look at everyone in the industry. Black. I'm talking about just straight black. Are any of their kids, like I'm talking about their offspring, or any of their offspring doing anything important? Like actually important? Because the parents have already built the wealth. All the kids got to do is just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to start a business. Or, hey, you know what? My dad's already made $1 billion. Me playing basketball, yeah, it's so much fun. That's something that black people just really love to do. But instead of going to the NBA, or let's just say I want to go to the NBA for a couple of years, right? Let's just say that I did. Seems to be something we love to do. you shouldn't even, don't even think about it. Hey, I want to become a doctor. We need black doctors. The difference between us and white people, I'll tell you guys the difference between us and white people. If you put black people by themselves and then you put white people by themselves, who do you think would survive? Who do you guys think that would survive? I'll tell you exactly who would survive and who wouldn't. White people. You know why? They have the infrastructure, they have this, they have that. And black people, guess what? We have no excuse not to have any of that stuff. You know why? Because we've been here for many years, many years, over 150 something years, however longer probably. And yet we haven't built anything here in the United States. I mean, you may say, oh, we did back in the day, a long time ago, and they took all our stuff from us. We never did anything after that. You gave up. And then we say, hey, you know what? They took it from us, so we're not going to do anything. What we need are the building blocks of a community, right? If you're forced to be independent right now, would you have enough doctors, nurses, construction workers, engineers? Will we have enough of that to build our own? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look at the most developed countries in the world. China, all of the white countries, you say, like, you know, France and, you know, Norway, Belgium, all those places, Netherlands, you name it. They have buildings, skyscrapers, they have stores, they have tractors, they have everything. Look at it in China, Japan, South Korea, even North Korea, believe it or not. North Korea has skyscrapers and stuff and buildings. They have streets. The streets are super, super clean, right? But you look at all of our countries, right? African nations, look at Haiti, look at the Dominican Republic, look at Black America. Here in the United States, Detroit, it's all the same. It's all the same, or across the board, around the world, it's all the same. It's always been the same. They were interviewing some, you know, African kids, like from, I don't even know where they were in Africa. You know, they're interviewing these black kids in Africa, and they had the same dreams as black kids here in the United States, some of them. They really did, actually. These kids were drinking, they were literally lean and all that stuff, whatever, their form of it. And they had dreams of playing music, being musicians, or, you know, they have like the NBA in Africa, and black kids who just, you know, hang all their hats on that. It's the same here in the United States, the same everywhere in the world. We don't build anything. We don't have infrastructure anywhere. In fact, look at South Africa. The prime example, South Africa, guess what? South Africa has, the white farmers were being run off their property by blacks, by Africans, because the white farmers were actually knowing how to plant and till their soil. They know how to flip their soil. They know how to do everything. But guess what? When the blacks took the land from the white African, when they took it, ran them off, took it, the land went to, guess what? Guess what happened to the land? The land went to crap. Because the Africans, it's your continent and you don't even know how to till your own soil or build your own properties. Still living in huts, not building skyscrapers. You know who's building all the skyscrapers and the buildings in Africa? Chinese. It's not Africans. And guess what? Chinese are not even employing blacks. They're employing them as nannies, but not as construction workers or engineers. They keep us far away from anything that has to do with building or fixing anything. So even in our own countries in Africa, we didn't even know how to do anything there. Look at African, they're war torn just like they were, you know, thousands of years. Same thing. And we were selling ourselves to Arabs and whites and everyone else. But yet, guess whose fault it is? It's the white man's fault. It's the Arabs' fault. When we were capturing our own people and selling them to whites and Arabs. But black people hate talking about that. And guess what? Here's another thing, guys. While I'm on the rant, we're the only group of people that would give someone like Umar Johnson, Umar Johnson, the guy who's supposed to build a school like 15 years ago. Black people are still supporting that guy. And you wonder, and people always say, hey, blacks have the lowest intelligence. We have small brains. We're just unintelligent. We're the most unintelligent group of people out there. People think that, seriously think that, because of stuff like that guy. That guy, like you guys seen the show Boondocks? Like the guy with the purple hat and the purple shoes and he's like the guy who's a street hustler kind of a guy, black, the stereotype. We have a lot of that in our community. We're the only, no other group of people in the entire world would ever be associated with someone like Umar Johnson. Only black people. Have you ever noticed that? You wonder why people hate us and think we're stupid? It's because of that. It's only because of that. It's not because, black people are, it's just been a struggle. No, we are literally shooting ourselves in the foot. We are supporting a guy who's had 14, 15 years to build a school. And black people are still supporting that guy. No other group of people in the entire world would do that. They would never do that. If you didn't build a school within that year or two max, you're done. No one's going to give you anything. They're going to build it themselves. And some black people were building schools themselves. We're the only group of people that even gives that guy a voice. Like he's on black radio shows as if he's like the end all be all. He's on a Breakfast Club and he's making another excuse of why he hasn't built a school in 15 years, and black people still supporting this guy. Is that insane or what? That's absolutely insane. No other group of people would ever do that. No one else would ever do that. No one would ever do that. Only us would support someone like Umar Johnson. I don't know of anybody in the Asian community. Is there Umar Johnson of the Asian community? No. Zero. Is there an Umar Johnson in the Mexican community? Zero. In the white community? I don't know. Probably not, because they build their schools. They actually live the talk and walk the talk. They have schools everywhere. White people built schools, hospitals, have built everything here in the United States. So that leaves black people with who? Race hustlers, street hustlers that all they ever do is talk about, how the white man's keeping them down. My opinion, I would say the community, and I've said this many years ago, black community is completely lost. There's no way to bring it back because we're going to support someone like Umar Johnson. Like they're literally putting him on radio shows and on people's, because they know they're going to get views and clicks with his interview. 15 years, 14, 15 years between the time of this guy not building school. But guess what? This guy is out with dating and talking about black women and talking about what people typically think of when they think of black people. All talk, but nothing else. There's all talk. Not going to do anything. Not actually going to do anything. And that's what people think of when they see us, other groups of people. Whether they say it out loud or they think it inside their brain, that's what they think. People seriously think that. Because I've talked to a lot of people who, when they ask their opinion of black folks, they'll say, oh, yeah, you guys don't, because you guys have a lot of money, billions of dollars that goes through black hands, but they never get saved. We just spend. We just spend, but we don't actually save or do anything that actually means something, we're not doing anything. So I don't see what the point is. I'll be right back. Yeah, I got plenty of time here. I got plenty of time, but that's where we're at. That's where we've always been. That's where we're probably always going to be. Is behind, always behind. There's no reason why we should be even giving a platform to someone like him. People are still donating to that guy, and that school is still in the worst. I saw like videos of the school, and he's just sitting there like painting the wall and like, and talking. And people are like donating money to this guy. I seen a video of him like dancing, and he's dancing with some woman, or whatever. And people are like celebrating this guy. Black people are celebrating this guy. And you wonder why people think we're so unintelligent. People really think that. People do not have a high opinion of black people. They think that we're violent. That's the number one thing. People say, well, how come people are always trying to like look, we always get racially profiled. Well, you know why? Because we commit the most violent crimes. Okay, if you're 13% of the population, but you're committing over 50% of violent crimes, and you keep saying, "Oh, but it's an economic thing. We're the economics. We just can't figure it out. We can't. You're just making excuses. At some point, you got to say, hey, you know what? Enough of the excuses, and let's put foot to pavement. Let's actually create and do stuff. But building like an NBA player building a gym in a black community and saying, hey, that does nothing for black kids. We don't need any more entertainment. We don't need any more sports. We don't need any more of that stuff. We need is education. Education. I'm going to straight say it. Education. Black people will fight with me to the death on this one. They'll say, no, we don't have the same opportunity. There's like Dr. Richie from Undisputable and what's the name of the other guy? Roland Martin. Those guys, their lives are dedicated to, whining about how black people are not treated fairly compared to other groups of people. We're always racially profiled. Well, the reason why we're always racially profiled because we commit the most violent crimes. We live in America, which means you can go to college. You can, at some point, you got to take responsibility for your own actions. Whether you come from a good home or bad home. If I come from a very, very bad home and I go out and I kill someone, I mean, yeah, I can say, hey, I came from a single parent home. My parents weren't there. Sure, I can say that until I'm blue in the face, but guess who's going to prison? You're going to prison because you committed murder. It doesn't matter where you came from. No one cares. The fact that you committed a crime, well, that's a problem. And black people we're in this circle fest of the endless thing of like, well, what else am I going to do? Like, is education really that important? Yes. It's absolutely the most important thing. Other groups of people say it's important. They said that statistically speaking, black kids are the least to study. They said like a week, black kids will study like 30. It was like crazy low. But it was like average black child, 30% or 30 minutes a week. Some kids in some of these impoverished neighborhoods. White kids was like maybe 3 or 4 hours. And then Asian kid was like 10 to 17 hours, something crazy. This is a statistic from many, many years ago. So I don't really fully remember, but all I remember is that always at the very bottom is black people. Oh yeah. Well, we don't really expect much from Latrell or, whatever his name is. We always got to be different than everybody else too. We'll take white. Remember that whole AA Ron, the Key and Peele skit? Well, we'll take white names It's not like they're African names. We'll take white names, and because we are so self-hating, we'll change white names to and make them just crazy outlandish. Some of the most crazy names we'll give ourselves. And it's like, really interesting. So it's like self-reflection. So either you have the ability or the desire to do something or not. LeBron James, yeah, he can create more basketball players, or you can start creating doctors. That I would say doctors is a really good start. You may say, well, he doesn't. Who wants to go to school for that long? And that's the reason why Black people are where we're at, is because we are not patient, and we don't want. Here's another thing: they did a study a long time ago where they took a Black kid, they took an Asian kid, they took a white kid, and they did this study multiple times, and the study almost came out like exactly the same. They gave them all. They said, "Hey, you can have a cookie." Put them in a room and said, "You can have a cookie now, or you can wait half an hour." Basically, is what they're saying is you can wait a period of time, and we'll not only give you that cookie, but we'll give you an extra cookie for you waiting. The Asian kid, he saved his cookie, and he got an extra cookie later on. The white kid saved his cookie like for a very long time, so he didn't eat it right away, but he saved it for much longer until he was actually hungry, which is also smart. But then they went down to the Black kid, where the Black kid got the cookie and just ate it right away. Boom, boom, boom. Every single time, the Black kid just, it's like that. We want that right now, that instant gratification and instant money right now. And we can't wait. That's why Black people with baseball died in the Black community, because guess what? It takes way too long for impoverished kids to make money playing baseball. So we, NBA, go to 1 year of college, and voila, you've made more money than God. So thanks for coming in. I think I saw another person come in. But yeah, so that's where it is, guys. So that's all I got really today. Sorry. I was just kind of rambling on and stuff like that, talking about a few things. About, I'm just ranting a little bit. So pretty much all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Like the live, share it, whatever you want to do. And I'll see you later. Bye. Sorry I didn't respond in the comments. You didn't really miss anything. Hopefully, I'm just kind of answering some of these. Your Canty name. Hey, what's up, bro? How's it going with you? Haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Been very busy with family and life and everything. Working a lot. Wife's working. We're all working. Doing well. Thank goodness. But hopefully you guys are all doing well. But it's good to see y'all. Good to see y'all.